Hello, Internet. I know it's super duper duper late. I apologize. Had to deal with my car that took forever, like 4 hours of my life gone. But we're still gonna review because that's what I do. So, this is a sequel, and it is considered by many as one of the most disappointing sequels, well, ever. And for good reason, considering the person who directed this was the same person who directed the original, and you think, oh, the sequel's going to be just as good. Well, you're wrong. It's not. And that movie is The Lost World, Jurassic Park. It's a weird title. Shouldn't it be like Jurassic Park, The Lost World? I mean, at least Jurassic World got it right. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. They didn't put Fallen Kingdom Jurassic World because that would sound weird. But yes, this was the sequel to the much beloved blockbuster of this, Jurassic Park. And considering the same director, and they brought back Ian Malcolm, who was one of the breakout characters of the original, it was obvious people would think, oh, this is going to be a big hit. While you could technically qualify it as a big hit, it underperformed compared to the original. Now, when it first opened, opening-wise, it had the biggest opening weekend of all time. And it stayed that way for 4 years. And the movie that beat it was the first Harry Potter. And then that was beaten by the first Spider-Man. So yeah, but unfortunately, the mixed word of mouth really caught on, and the movie made nowhere near as much as the original. So, yeah, not a good way to do a second chapter. Granted, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom did the same thing. So, I mean, and as you're about to read, I'm about to read this plot, you'll see how this and Fallen Kingdom have clear similarities. So yeah. Here's the back of the case if you want to read it. If you don't care, let's continue. So director Steven Spielberg. Spielberg. I guess you consider. And think about this, like, this movie was so disappointing. This was before War of the Worlds, before nuking the fridge were a thing. I mean, it's crazy how he messed it up. But he takes us back to the scene of Jurassic Park in The Lost World Jurassic Park, the blockbuster sequel with even more dinosaurs, action, and Academy Award nominated visual effects. 4 years since the disaster at Jurassic Park, two groups are in a race against time that will determine the fate of the remote island's prehistoric inhabitants. Gee, where have I heard that before? I wonder what Jurassic Park movie, or what movie in the franchise has the same plot? Oh yeah, Fallen Kingdom. This is literally the same plot. It's literally the same. I mean, it's the same as, well, not 100% the same, but the same concept. Basically, I mean, it even says, like, a race against time that will determine the fate of the remote island's, prehistoric inhabitants. Wasn't that the Fallen Kingdom was basically get these dinosaurs off this island before it explodes? But they're still trying to get the dinosaurs off the island. The same, and it's the same, roughly the same here, so I guess you decide which did it better, The Lost World or Fallen Kingdom. Featuring an all-star cast including Jeff Goldblum, yes, he returns. Julianne Moore, man. Vince Vaughn, I know that sounds weird. And Pete Postlethwaite. This action-packed thrill ride will leave you on the edge of your seat again. So yeah, you heard the basic plot. It's not hard to explain. Uh, Pros and cons. Pros. The action is exciting. And there's a lot of dinosaurs murdering humans, so that's good. I mean, this Jurassic Park movie, it should have that. Of course, just like the opening, someone has to get murdered, and in this case, it's a little kid that gets murdered. So wonderful. um, let's see. There is a really tense scene where like there's, I think the vehicle is it's supposed to be like this, but it's like all sideways and everything's like going down. And Julianne Moore, she's just hitting like the glass, and you just see the glass start to break. And just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna break. It's bad. And I gotta give Spielberg credit. That was really a pretty tense scene. Got you on the edge of your seat. Made you wonder, like just it was the intended reaction. And of course, you had like the famous scene where the dinosaurs are in the town, murdering everybody. Of course, and there's one woman, she sees the T-Rex, and then she's in reverse, and she just screams while going in reverse. It's the most hilarious visual. But yeah, all that was fun. The music is of course great. I mean, did John Williams come back? He better. Yes, John Williams did come back, so yeah. Oh, if you didn't know, one of the executive producers is Miss Crazy KK, Kathleen Kennedy. Yes, the same woman who would decades later destroy Star Wars. Just wanted to point that out. Alright, cons. The plot. I'm sorry. I tried so hard to get into this movie. I just couldn't do it. I was just like, I don't care about any of these characters. I don't care about what's going on. I don't care. I do not care at all. And I know that's mean, but that's just how I felt. I was not invested in this movie at all. In fact, it's strange. Even with like the first Jurassic Park, and I like that movie, I still wasn't super invested in it. It's strange that I'm more invested in the new ones than the old ones. I don't know how that's possible, but here we are. Yeah, also like the characters, they're disposable. They are disposable. Like they try to add all these new characters, trying to be all the next Ian Malcolm or something like that. Even Ian Malcolm is boring. He doesn't even have like, I know like probably because the events of Jurassic Park probably changed his personality, but now he's just boring, not as fun and interesting as he was in the original. And then of course you have this girl who I think he adopted? Maybe he's a foster parent. Whatever. She has acrobatics, gymnastics, and that plays into a scene where she uses it to fight off a dinosaur, and it is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I've seen tons of ridiculous things in movies. I mean, for example, 2014 Ninja Turtles, April O'Neil defeated the Shredder. I mean, I'm like, you can't get any more ridiculous than that. But this movie proved me wrong. So, oh, I forgot to mention the visuals. They're actually a plus because I do like it's practical. They haven't went full CGI yet, and practical effects are always get a plus from me because it looks makes it more real. Although there are some scenes that look very, very, very dated in a bad way. So overall, this movie it wasn't good, at least to me. It wasn't very good. Couldn't get into the story. Couldn't care about any of the characters. I mean, the action was somewhat exciting, had some tense moments, the visuals, the music, it's there, but I just didn't like it. So overall, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I mean, if you like the original Jurassic Park, you already know this movie's not as good as the original Jurassic Park, but if you just like dinosaur movies, you might enjoy this. But for me, I just couldn't enjoy it. So that's The Lost World. Next review is a threequel, sort of. The third chapter of a famous movie series that started off real hot and then only got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And this one is a series that everyone knows. It's not like it's an obscure series. It's Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Honestly, I didn't want to review that movie, because that's 3 hours. I mean, goodness gracious. I really don't like reviewing long movies, because if they're super long, I'm going to get bored real easily. So, I'm going to try to review it, and we're going to see how it goes. So, yeah. That'll be the next review. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I will see you all next time, and I am out.